Hello, my name is Raymond Karczewski, and I am a living Christ. Today's subject is that a living Christ stands as a threat to the New World Order. By now it must be quite obvious to all that this living Christ resonates with a different energy from all others presently communicating on the internet. I have been communicating the simple truth to all on the internet and off the internet for the last 20 years. I have stood firm in expressing the power of God-irradiated truth bestowed upon every man and woman who hear these words, while legions of satanic intellectuals have attacked, ridiculed, libeled, forged, fictionalized, and sought to imprison such Christ via the illusory cloud of satanic man's law. I have reduced it all to writing so that it cannot be easily twisted and distorted, and even the blind can feel that satanic intellectuals cannot destroy the spirit of my words through lawyerly distortion of the intellectual letter of the word. You will find that truth on my websites, arkenterprises.com and lisarayenterprises.com, along with the Google Archives. I have demonstrated the clarity of non-dualistic Christ consciousness to all who are infected with the dualistic, satanic, ruled intellectual consciousness, with its inherent confusion, opposition, and violence. I have stood as a mirror of truth, exposing the actual cause of hell on earth. Each of you who are trapped by your own consensual, satanically indoctrinated cultural beliefs have acted out and projected these violent energies upon the world in your relationships. The proof of what I have just said lies in the stone wall of silence that has been erected by the satanic elitists of government and media. These are the people who rule you through mind control. Yes, I'm speaking of government, religion, and media. The satanic arm of hell itself, which in 20 years has only exposed its own impotence in trying to shut down the words of a simple man of truth. They have pulled out all the stops and used every trick in the book, every technique in the disinformation manual to destroy the credibility of this Christ. They have all failed at it. All they have accomplished to date is to reveal just how impotent they are when coming face to face with a man of truth. All will note that I, this living Christ, do not tell stories, illusions which become history, his story. I speak and write the living truth, even though I must use the dualistic intellect to do so. When one learns the power that one has in the understanding of the satanic ruled intellect, one rises above such instrument and is free from its satanic chains of slavery. It is that which may be called the second coming of Christ, the resurrection of spirit previously enslaved by the satanic intellect. Nowhere else on the internet will you find such simplicity of God resonance. You will hear constant rehashing of stories, fables, myths, superstitions, and real-time illusory threats to one's insecure intellect, which cause you all to capitulate to them through fear, consensually accepting your own chains of slavery in return for the empty promises of security. I challenge all to disprove this obvious truth. That is all that hell is, and you are all in it, bar none. Now how does one man see that, while billions of you, of indoctrinated, civilized people, cannot see it? Jesus of Nazareth, another Christ, in his mission some 2,000 years ago, failed. My mission is still a work in progress. The question is, and shall always be, eternally, how dumb does civilized man have to be to pass up the salvation of truth twice in a lifetime? I have given you the simple truth. You have free will, each of you. What you do with it is your business. You are the co-creator of your life. You choose the actions that you take, and those actions create the world you live in. Look at the world. What kind of a job have you done? Do you feel proud of yourselves? Do you feel fearful for your children and for your posterity? Well, you ought to. For cowering slaves can be naught but what they are, impotent, groveling, sniveling people who are fearful of those they imagine to be above them. In fact, all men are created equal under the eyes of God. Infinite intelligence, non-dualistic truth. It is the satanic claptrap that makes it otherwise. And you have chosen to believe it. What are you going to do about it? I've told you all that you need to know to become free. The rest is up to you. Thanks for listening.